Hello, Irma. How are you?
Hi, Nacho. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm perfect, actually. Thank you for accepting to do this interview with us.
No, thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself for the viewers?
Yes, of course. Okay, so my name is Irma Sarver Rigalo. I'm from San Miguel de Tucumán, in Tucumán, Argentina. I'm 27 years old and I am a teacher of English. I studied at Facultad de Filosofía y Letras, Universidad Nacional de Tucumán, and I graduated in 2017. Currently, I'm working at the faculty. I teach English Phonetics 3. I also work in a secondary school in Colegio San Carlos and in a language school, Instituto Rush. I teach adolescents and adults.
Wow, a very busy teacher.
Yes.
What do you think if we start with the first question?
Yes, of course.
So, what do you think students need to learn first?
I think that they need to know that they need to work for what they want. If they have a dream or if they want to achieve something, it's going to take some effort. Sometimes it's going to take a lot of effort, and they need to know that. Whether it is graduating or going on a journey or starting a business, for example, they would need to make sacrifices and work hard to get what they want. I know that it's true that some people may have certain advantages that others may not have, but still, they still need to work hard for what they want. I think that everybody needs to make an effort to get what they really want or to get what they really dream of.
I think it is very common to see people that start something new, learning something new, and thinking that it will be easy.
Yes.
And then they realize that it's not that easy, that it takes a lot of hard work to learn it.
Yes.
And when they realize that, they drop out.
Yes, totally.
Okay, so second question. As a teacher, which tool or activity you see that works better for your students?
One of the most important things when learning English or when learning anything is feeling comfortable with what you're doing and with the people you're with, your teacher and your classmates. If you're relaxed, if you're feeling safe, you will acquire things more easily. And that's why I always try to create a safe environment in my classrooms. I want my students to know that it is a safe place where they can speak, they can express their opinions, and they can also make mistakes, and nobody's going to judge them. That's okay. And I also want my students to see me as someone close and someone approachable. Because if they see me as that, if they see me as someone approachable, they will tell me, for example, if they don't understand something, and I will explain it to them again. And also, if they are having a personal problem, they know that they can share with me if they need to, and I can help them. If I can, I help them, and I always try to encourage them.
Yes, I think it's very important to build this safe environment, because there's a lot of people that needs this guidance and support when all the time, and also when it gets hard to learn something. Yeah? So third question, what do you think is a good way to stay motivated?
I would say that having a goal in mind, knowing what you want, knowing where you want to get, and also knowing the steps you need to follow to get there. For example, I know that sometimes you think that you want to get something, and then you realize that it's not what you want, and you change your goal, and that's okay. But you need to know what you want. And then you need to see the steps to do that, to get there. For example, we can mention graduating. That is your goal, for example. And then you see what steps you need to take. For instance, you need to study for the courses, You need to pass exams, or sometimes you can do an apprenticeship that can help you with what you're studying, and of course a lot of other things. And so you do the things that can help you get where you want to get. And sometimes we feel frustrated, that's true, but we have to stay focused and try to think about the results we want to get. That can help us stay motivated. And also sometimes we make mistakes, and that's okay. We can see them as a failure, but we don't need to be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid of failure. I think that failure can teach us things that we wouldn't learn otherwise, and that is very important.
We also posted something about these big goals that are difficult to achieve. When they are so big, it may look impossible to achieve.
Yeah.
So it is very important to divide these big goals in smaller steps, so you can go step by step, and then you arrive to that finish line. So
Yes. And
think
especially when it's going to take you a lot of time, years for example, you need to stay focused, and you need to have a clear your goal in mind. You need to have your goal in mind, so you can get there no matter how much time it takes you.
Exactly. So let's go with the fourth and last question.
Okay.
For someone who can't afford a teacher and finds it difficult to start studying on his or her own, what would you recommend?
I think that they can look for videos on YouTube. There are some channels that can help you learn English, for example. I've seen some channels that focus on pronunciation. They deal with certain sounds or certain words that may be difficult to pronounce, and they are very useful. There are also websites with exercises for different levels, for example, elementary, intermediate, advanced, and so on, and also with different types of exercises. So some web pages focus on grammar, some focus on vocabulary, others on listening, for example. So you can choose different levels and different types of exercises. And third possibility, I think it would be using an app to learn English. They can be useful too. I know some friends that started learning a language using those apps, or some of my students use them to practice their English.
Also, something that I do with Adita is we talk to each other in English. So we practice maybe our speaking, our listening, some pronunciation.
Yes.
And I think it's very important to practice it constantly, because if you don't use it, you forget it. So
yes, that's great. If you have a friend, you can practice with your friend. If you can study together, or if you have the chance to talk to a native speaker, that is also good.
perfect. Okay, we got to the end of this interview. Irma, thank you a lot. I love the way you see things, and I think that this interview will help a lot of students and new students. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. I had a good time, and I hope it can help others.
Yes, Tore. And I hope we have another interview sometime.
Okay, anytime.
Perfect. Goodbye, Irma.
Bye, Nacho. See you.